guys, I'm Mike Viñas and you're watching Preacher in Blue Jeans. In the several episodes prior to this, we've been talking about leadership, and I've shared with you 7 key leadership principles that I've learned as a worship leader that I believe can also apply in other contexts of leadership. And we've talked about that. We've talked about envision, engage, equip, encourage, that's the 4th one, and then empower, encompass, and I'm going to share with you now the last leadership principle, which is enthrone. See, in worship, I'd always teach people or tell people that we are born to worship. We were born and created to worship something or someone. I'd always tell people, just look at it. Look at your time, talent, and your treasure. Look at the trail of where all that goes. Your affection and devotion. All of that, at the end of the trail, you will find a throne. And on that throne is the person or the thing that you worship. I want to share with you a verse. It's from 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31. And it somehow gives us insight on who should be on that throne. It says, "So then, whatever you eat or drink or whatever you may do, do all for the honor and the glory of God." And so I want to ask you as a leader, how are you honoring God with your leadership? How are you honoring Him as a steward of all the resources that He has given you? How are you honoring Him with the people He has entrusted you with? There was a priest who shared with me this story, that there was 2 men in hell. One was a high-ranking government official who stole from the government, who stole from people's taxes and amassed so much wealth. And the other guy was a man who simply stole bond paper from the office. And yet both of them were in hell. And the priest gave this sarcastic comment. He said, "Kung magnanakaw ka na lang din, lubos-lubosin mo na." In other words, if you're gonna steal anyway, you might as well make the most out of it. But definitely that wasn't his point. His point was this, that we should honor God. We should be men and women of integrity, not just in the big things, but in the small things. Here's another verse I want to share with you. It's in John 16:10. It says, "If you are faithful in little things, you will be faithful in large ones. But if you are dishonest in little things, you will be dishonest with greater responsibilities." So from that verse, we draw insight that if we can be trusted with the little things, God will entrust to us bigger and greater things. And so as leaders, let's ask ourselves, are we clean? Are we honest in all of our dealings? Do we pay the right taxes? Do we practice integrity in how we manage and how we lead the organization, the business that God has entrusted to us? Because I believe if we do, and when we do, God will definitely bless us and prosper the organization, the business, the family that we're leading. And our family, that business, that group will be a shining testimony of God's faithfulness and blessing and favor, because we were trustworthy in the little things and in the big things. Because I believe your business is not your business. Your business is God's business. Your family is God's family. Your organization is God's organization. So in this last leadership principle that I'm sharing you with, entitled Enthrone, I want to encourage you to enthrone Jesus as the king of your business, as the king of your family, as the king of that organization or group that you are leading. Because I believe that when you choose to honor God in your leadership, when you choose to honor God in how you run that business, run that family or that organization, God will honor you, and you will see Him move greatly in your life and in that organization and that group, doing greater things exceedingly and abundantly, far more than what you can think or imagine. So I hope these 7 leadership principles that I've shared you with has somehow encouraged you and somehow empowered you to become the leader that God is calling you to be. Because definitely we need more godly leaders in the world today. and I believe you're one of them. Again, this is Mike Viñas. You're watching Preacher in Blue Jeans, your dose of everyday spirituality.
Hi, this is Bo Sanchez, and I pray that that video blessed your life. You were able to watch that video because people made a decision to partner with me in this ministry. They became my partners, not only for the video production ministry, but also for our orphanages and our scholarship for poor children, our center for pregnant women in crisis. Yes, we're able to prevent abortion, and our ministry for the abandoned elderly. I'd like to ask you to pray about it, to consider being my partner and support these amazing ways of blessing the world and changing lives, and yes, sharing God's love to as many people as possible. Come together, we can change the world. This is Bo Sanchez praying and asking God to bless you more. There's a button here in the screen. If you could just click on it and be my partner. God bless you.